Hi, how are y'all? I just barely made it in time, but y'all didn't know that. And yes, this is a flosser. That's what I was doing for real in the Parker movie. Greetings, greetings. As usual, if y'all don't mind, let me know if you can hear me. Still paranoid about that. I probably always will be. There's Panna, Donkey Kong. Yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. That's an old saying where I'm from. I mean, it's on. It's happening. That dude, that I guess I don't know if I'd call him a troll. I hadn't seen him in a long time. I just remember way back in the day, uh, he was uh, he was a regular on uh, getting onto my channel and basically trying to uh, deconstruct everything I did. And he's going to be on live with me this Saturday. And I know I mentioned this last night, and I've talked about it on my various social media. And I'm just so excited. I've been trying for years to, I didn't have the setup that I've got now to do a live debate, but I've been trying for years to get these people who just absolutely hate me and just go in my comment section, just rapid fire. You did it wrong. That was the wrong way to go about it, Cave Leverett. You did this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that, and I don't like it, and blah, blah, blah. You're so full of crap. You said this, then you said that. Well, you're contradicting yourself. And I'm like, put it into your own video. There's loads of YouTubers that do that. They'll find somebody, something like take for the Amber Heard. I mean, it's an endless sea of not decomposing. What's the word I'm looking for? Breaking everything that Amber Heard said down, put it into something linear, and pointing out how she is completely full of crap. And it's so blatantly obvious. Well, if this many people are so dedicated to seeing me taken down, all these years I've been dying for somebody to do it, but they won't. And I can't help but think it's because they're paid trolls. Not all of them. Some of them just simply don't like me. Some of them, I firmly believe, think that I am a threat to their way of life. And most of these are professional child support check cashers and the people who support them, the people who are maybe they don't collect cheer and support, extortion from the family courts, but they certainly know somebody who does. I firmly believe a lot of these judges, particularly male judges, are they're going to toe the party line. They're going to make sure that Title 4D is empowered and enacted. And if you're going to get a divorce in the state of Texas in particular, you're going to pay child support because it helps the system. I mean, it's in the best interest of the children. Silly me. Where did I come up with these slips of the tongue? Oh, we all know, we've all figured out Title 4D, the Crooked Family Courts, is a $60 billion a year business. And the wives of these crooked judges, if they get out of line, cutting you off. You better toe the line, bub. Better make them pay child support. Better not let those stupid activists make a difference. But yeah, I just think I'm a threat to their way of life, because if the veil is removed, we will see that the emperor wears no clothes. And there goes that sweet, sweet money. That sweet, sweet money that they don't really have to work that hard for. Because if they're really good enough in the family courts, the poor schmuck, which is 90% of the time men, fathers, not a sexist thing, just the way it is. If they're really good at what they do, not only can they get this monthly leeching free, sweet, sweet money, they get their lawyers' bills paid too. So they really don't have to do anything but show up. Yeah, they got to spend some time with the lawyer, give them a crock of crap, put on some really conservative clothes and look all prim and proper and look sad, and get the tug at the heartstrings of the naive morons like I used to be that fall for that crap. And but that's about it. If they're really good, they get it all, and the state pays for either the state or the sorry rotten ex. He just pays for it all, or he goes to jail, and then they get to get condolences because everyone feel, oh, I'm sorry about your kid's dad's in jail. It's just so terrible. Oh yeah, I thought, yeah. God Almighty, that's just awful. I just can't believe what happened. I didn't really want it to go that way. But anyways, if I and people like me, there's loads of people like me, mothers too, in Texas that are standing up to these pricks. And when we do, we're starting to get attention, like making podcasts about such things and waking people up to the destruction of the nuclear family. Even if the nuclear family divorces, that's fine. I get it. Some people need to get divorced, contrary to what others think in the religious side. I think some people absolutely need to get divorced. Staying together for the children is the worst, generally speaking, is a terrible idea. It doesn't get better. They figure it out. Your kids aren't dumb. But if people like me get our way and laws start changing and minds start changing, then that sweet, sweet free money just goes. And then what are they going to do? Oh my God. The children. Oh, all the children are going to just die and everyone's going to get sick. It'd just be the end of the world if no one could collect child support. That is exactly what these professional child support check cashers think. I have no idea what this person coming on this weekend is going to say. Maybe I'm a threat. I don't know. Maybe he thinks I harmed my children. I don't know. But and I hope he comes on. He seemed to, I mean, he reached out to me. I mean, I hadn't seen this guy. I hadn't seen his name. I recognized him when I saw it, but he reached out to me. I didn't provoke this, or not directly to him, other than just asking people. I assume he's watched at least one or two of these where I'm just begging these haters that think I'm so wrong to show their face and tell me where exactly I was wrong. Other than the parts that I've already admitted, like, drunk, depressed. So that's going to be happening, hopefully, assuming he's off of work or whatever. That's going to be happening Saturday. And I am just as giddy as a little schoolgirl, and I can't wait. So how y'all doing? Hey, did y'all notice the name of this? I call this Recovered Podcast number 10. Maybe it's kind of like an homage to Pancake Alley number 10. Did you ever see 10 foil? Was it 10 foil or 10 cup? They mentioned Odessa, Texas, and Pancake Alley number 10. Was it number 10? I think it was number 10. Yeah, Pancake Alley number 10. What's his name's in it? Kevin Costner. They mentioned Odessa, Texas. Weird. But I decided to call it Recovered Podcast. And I may change it. I'm not sure. That's not set in stone, but that's the best one I've come up with. At first, I thought I would call my podcast Life is Pain. I named one of the videos or the lives I did Life is Pain. And, it kind of fits because life is pain. There's no doubt about it. But it seemed like a little bit of even for me, a little bit negative. I wanted something a little more positive. And with the results of the poll and the last two podcasts that I've done in the last 2 days, talking about alcohol and recovery and the debate over once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, I think I was pretty accurate or pretty effective at poking a bunch of holes in that. because I am not recovering from alcohol. Recovering from alcohol is what I did that week when I was curled up in the fetal position with the night sweats and occasionally taking a toke of the devil's lettuce to ease the pain of coming off. That's what I was doing. I was recovering. Ever since then, oh, I mean, maybe I'm sure my liver took a while, a month, maybe a couple months. I've watched a few videos and did some reading about that. Various organs, your skin becomes more hydrated. Your liver, the only one you've got that takes the brunt force of all the booze you have to just stuff in there because that's, whatever. You got to have a good time. Social drink, heaven forbid we don't get social enough. Your body, that maybe I took a little more of the week. I'm going to say about 3 weeks for me, if I'm not mistaken. I've talked about this. I've got 2 or 3 videos that happened that I made while, as it was happening, as I was only 2 weeks or 3 weeks sober. But 2 or 3 weeks. And after about a month or a couple months, oh my God, I felt amazing. Ever since then, I am recovered. I'd like to think, and this is certainly up for debate or to talk, something we can talk about. I'd like to think I've recovered spiritually / emotionally with the family court. I've not recovered yet. Hopefully, maybe I haven't yet financially from the family court. When they deliver those blows, it's pretty hard to recover. Like, stealing my bank account 2 weeks before Christmas, like deadbeat Ken Paxton did, AG of Texas. How y'all doing? I haven't even. Sorry. I need to give my proper greetings. Dan's here. Hey, Caleb. There's the famous floss. Yep. Are you flossing your teeth? Yep. They're doing just like this. Because flossing's important. Ask Vermin Supreme. Toothbrushes are important. 10 points if anybody in this audience knows who Vermin Supreme is. I have shaken hands with the man. I think I fist bumped him, and I think he shook me a little bit or something. I've met Vermin Supreme. Khalid Mohammed. Caleb, what's up, my friend? How are you doing today, my friend? I can hear you. Perfect. Thank you. I know I'm a little bit 13 minutes late, but sus. Good day. Hi to you. Sarah Jane, can't wait. I assume you meant you can't wait until this admitted person who disagrees with pretty much everything I did, who also coincidentally says he's a fan of mine. Those are his words, not mine. I assume that's what Sarah Jane meant when she says you can't wait. Panna, why is it male judges more than female judges? Are they all just simp enforcers? I think so. I guess. I really do think that. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. Again, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I was raised Republican, but I don't associate either one of them. But Texas has been run by Republicans for 30, 40 years, something, a long time. And it's no secret that they are. This isn't just me. There's people that are a lot smarter with numbers. There's people who look at the books that they collect more in child support. They have more incarcerations for inability to pay, which supposedly this is not a debtor's nation or a nation that puts people in prison for being in debt. But they're all Republicans, and it's just so funny. I'll never forget this, and I've said this for almost 5 years now. In fact, next month, July 21st, will be 5 years. 5 years that I've got custody of Blaine. And Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley, being the woman that she is with common sense, the woman who shut her entire courtroom down for almost 2 hours and didn't give a crap how inconvenient it was for any of the adults, no matter who the adult was. She shut her whole court down, and you know what she did? Being that she's appointed by Governor Greg Abbott at the 446 as the only or mostly only the family court judge in Ector County, Texas. She shut her family court down and went and talked to the kids. I know. Crazy, right? That's just nuts. Why would a family court talk to the kids? What? I hope you can catch on to my sarcasm. Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley is one of my favorite human beings. No matter what happens in my life, I will always feel like I've got not indebted, but maybe the loyalties, maybe that's the right word. I will always be eternally grateful for what that woman did for my family. She saved my family. She saw the evidence. She interviewed my own kids, and she made a judgment call to let them pick themselves. And if you ask me, she set a precedent. Yes, I know that she's not the Supreme Court, but she set a precedent. She talked to all of them. Parker was already grown. He was emancipated. He was over 18. But Hayden and London had their own reasons for choosing to live with their mom, and I had no problem with that. Blaine had his own reasons for wanting to live with me, and apparently all of them told Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley what those reasons are over that almost 2-hour time span, and she let them pick. And I firmly believe that my form of activism, my message of nonviolent parenting, my loudmouth about getting rid of Title 4D funding and stop ripping off the families and kicking the father of the family to the curb and make him sometimes homeless. I think our message is getting out, and I think it's finally being more effective. And I think that's why I think these people view me as a threat. I don't think that any of them will ever admit it, but I could be wrong. I didn't think one of them would actually voluntarily approach me about coming on here to debate me, openly saying I disagree with just about everything you've ever done regarding my decisions surrounding Parker. He didn't mention anything about Blaine. I don't even know if he knows the continuation of the story. We shall see. But I wasn't anticipating it. Then again, it has been 9 years. It's been 9 years. What time is the podcast Saturday? The same time. It's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to just come on and introduce and then bring him on. I'll talk for a minute or two, and then I'm going to bring him on. And if he's watching now, you have my word. I will do my absolute best to be fair as far as time. I'm not going to mute anybody. I want them to speak. Much the same way when I recorded the Parker movie, I didn't take anything out. I didn't edit anything, even the parts that made me supposedly look bad, or in Parker versus any of them. I don't want to be accused of you cut him off, Caleb. Well, you muted him. Well, you took him off, or you didn't give him enough time. I want an open dialogue. I don't have the means, or I don't even know anybody that could be a mediator. It'd be kind of cool to have a mediator, somebody like, I don't know, somebody that mediates that doesn't necessarily know either one of us that could mediate. I think that would be great. I'm not set up that way. I don't know anybody that could or would do it, but I'm going to have to, I guess, be my own mediator, but I don't want to ever get accused of, well, you cut him off, you edited it. There's gaps or, whatever they could come up with. Tory McFarland, they like it because they have two sides they can control. One side depending on government to give them benefits, and the other side basically working for them and don't have two nickels to rub together. I'm not sure. They like the system the way it is, like the family court system, I suppose. I think you might be talking about something else that I know I've blabbed through a whole. God dang it! Here is 20 minutes. I feel like I just started. Okay, yeah, Saturday at 8 o'clock. This Saturday, 8 o'clock. Jason Barrick. I don't know how to say your name. I've seen you in here. Barrickman. Love Caleb Leverett. Miriam Macias Jaquez. What is the link? Good question. There's really not a link yet because I create the links the day of, usually just a few hours before I go live. It'll be a link just like this. Wherever, Miriam, you clicked on this, whether you got a notification or you saw it on various social media or however you found me, all you got to do is click on my, in YouTube, click on my channel. And when I'm live, you can go to the channel before that, but when I'm live, you'll see a live button, the little, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see a notification that I'm live. Just click on it. That's it. I will, I'll make the link and it'll be on my channel. And I'll put it on my various social media, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. I'm not on Twitter a whole lot, but Kyle, but Pyrotechnics. What's up with Parker? Nothing. He's fine. He's just fine. Why does that do that? How's your custody going with your kids? My kids are grown. Panda, LOL, if you were still in Texas, 8 o'clock for you would be 9 o'clock for me. Yeah, I had to get off Texas time. I had to get as far away from that state as I possibly could. It's 5:19 here. You're okay. You're on the West Coast then. Thought mommies. What are you talking about? I mean, the link to be live with you. Yeah, it'll literally be a link on my YouTube channel. The link itself doesn't exist yet because it's not Saturday. That's what I was saying. I make the link like a couple, 3 or 4 hours before. I might even make it in the morning since that was, to me, is going to be a bigger show to me. It's just not made yet. On Saturday, it'll be made, and to find it, you just go to my channel, like click on my home page, and it'll be there. I promise. Super BTW. Yo, Parker is insane. Is that one of those bad meaning bad, not bad meaning good things, or what do you mean? I don't think he's insane at all. So anyway, thoughts. Recovered podcast. I am not recovering. I'm recovered from alcohol. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Again, I'm not obviously recovered financially from the family court, but I think I will be. I think I will be soon, especially if I wind up in a lawsuit with my own attorney. That might be happening. Gavin is still like poof, ghosted. I hadn't heard from him in what, 2 months now? Almost 3? No idea. He tried to fire me or resign or whatever you call it, however, whatever the lawyer jargon is for that. And apparently the judge wouldn't let him, or somebody wouldn't let him. He said, hold on, and for my further instruction. As far as I know, he's still my attorney, and he has to represent me and only me in the best interest of me, as long as he's my attorney. Hadn't heard from him. Again, I mean, it's been 5 years, but since I made a kind of a fuss about this, it's been another 2-3 months or whatever it's been. Still hadn't heard it. So I may recover financially eventually. If it won't be that, it'll be this podcast. If it won't be this podcast, it'll be my crypto. And if it won't be my crypto, then you know what? I may just never, and I'll just enjoy being, relatively poor and happy. I guess I'll just be fine with that. But as far as recovered outside of the financial part, I do have PTSD. I suppose that'll never go away. Maybe I need to reapproach that. I can't help but think about, the pain that my boys went through. Even with an open mind, I can't imagine me thinking about that and not feeling terrible. I mean, it's just an unpleasant thought. I don't think there's any way around that. It's not like, hey, beer is fucking terrible for you. It's poisonous. It's nasty. No, put it down. It's not like that. So I'm as recovered from that as I'm going to be. I'm in shape. I look forward to going to the gym. I I like I like being in shape. I like learning new things. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So if something happens to me, just know I didn't. I don't know if I didn't off myself. Just know that. Panna, I believe you might not have recovered emotionally from the custody battle because of a lot of times when people troll you, you talk about how you didn't sue yourself. Well, it's right. That's one of my arguments. I didn't sue myself. I didn't throw myself in jail. And like again, I don't. It's not like alcohol. I wanted to die the day Parker was taken from me. I wanted to crawl into a hole and die when they threw me in jail. I wanted to die when they locked Blaine up in the Knicks twice. I was so angry and so upset, but I'm not angry and upset like that anymore. I can eat healthily. I couldn't even eat back then. I mean, when Parker was taken from me, shit. I don't know how. It's like when I went divorce. Y'all have heard of the divorce diet. I went days with little to no food. I mean, I couldn't do shit. It was horrible, but now I eat exactly what I want. Not too much, not too little, just the right protein, just the right number of carbs, just the right amount of water. And I like it and I look forward to it. So in that sense, I have recovered. Will I ever get to the point where I can think about Parker versus the man and what happened that day and Blaine getting arrested and not feel horrible? I doubt it. I think that'd be possibly an indication of a sick mind if you can think about the worst day of your life and it happened to one of your own kids and you just be cool. Okay. I mean, I make jokes about it, even in front of them, with them. Hell, they joke about it. But that's a defense mechanism. That's a coping mechanism. That's just how we get through it. But it's not like we're, cutting ourselves or popping pills or staying drunk anymore. No, I'm happy. I look forward to tomorrow. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. I can't wait to see what next year brings. God dang, I've lost 33 pounds in 6 months. What am I going to look like in another 6 months? On December 3rd of this year, I will be one whole year that yours truly has been hitting the gym every single day and watching my diet. Put down the Pringles and I quit eating fried foods, and I don't hardly eat any kind of oils ever. Not that oil isn't necessarily bad for me. It's just they're just real high in calories with no protein in it. Us hodlers will be fine, just fine soon. Yes, sir. Notice Mr. Tory here said hodlers, not holders. The meaning is holders, but he intentionally put hodlers. Besides Tory McFarlane, how many of you know what hodling is and the significance of the word HODL, or in this case HODLERS? Let me know. I know Tori knows, so don't give it away. Don't spoil it just yet. Give him a minute. Who knows what hodling is? Hashtag hodl. Who knows the story of hodling? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular. A-hole is your his name's A-hole, or her name. All right, that just made me chuckle. Is your attorney taking more clients? Been in your position and still am? I have no idea. My attorney hasn't talked to me in 3 months, and before that, it's been years. He won't get my shit done. So I don't know. I'd assume he's doing well. I see him on I used to see him on Facebook on Judge Billingsley's court back when COVID was a thing and all the courts shut down. They're doing everything on Zoom. So I'm on there all the time. So I assume he is, but I really don't know. Sarah Jane, so sad. The stress and anxiety when Blaine was in that hospital must have been horrific for you. It was. I've got, if you care to watch, I've got 2 or 3 videos where I was making my homemade signs and protesting. I did have one person show up. I mean, there's a few people that are in the video that I just kind of like interviewed, right off. But an old friend of mine, old Facebook friend of mine, we go way back, Amber Fonte. She stopped by specifically to talk to me and hold the sign and walk with me. And it was just us. And I know they were, the powers that be are probably laughing at me, but I don't care. That was my son in there. God damn it. You locked my fucking son up. I don't care what anybody thinks about. I don't care how foolish I look to anybody. I don't care how much I embarrassed my own family for going to jail for being a good dad. I couldn't care less how embarrassed my stinking family got or still are. I don't care. That's why I don't talk to almost any of them. Like none of them. I hadn't talked to my own parents or my own dad in particular, coming on 5 years as well. I feel your anger and hate when going through this kind of thing. I was in such a dark place for a while. I'm starting to counter those feelings and start moving forward. Renee Thomas, you never get over it 100%. When my ex had my son committed after a S attempt, it was horrible. Oh my gosh, it seems like I remember you telling me that the other day, Renee. It's not me censoring myself on purpose because I want to. It's because the S word apparently is something I can't say on YouTube. I don't understand why, but whatever. Thankfully, I asked if I could stay where there were provisions in place where I was able to stay in the room, which was as small as a cell. Isn't that creepy? Oh, stuff like that. There's so many things, like even schools resemble prisons. Jason Bergman, Fritz and I got in an argument today after shopping bags at Winco. I tried to tell him we're trying to understand his depression. He cussed and yelled at me. I'm sorry to hear that. Work it out. No hitting. Renee Thomas, it was located in the Children's Hospital. LOL. My son would shut down during conflicts, and he was diagnosed as having. Oops, it didn't go. There it is. Selective mutism. I have no idea what that. That sounds scary, actually. DF Xavier. Hey, how is your son, the 14-year-old? Is he 22 now? And did he have to go back home? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Every time. Parker's great. How's Parker? How's the kids? How's Parker? How's the kids? He's great. He's 23. He's on his own, and I cannot and will not talk about their private lives, but he's great. He's a professional horse trainer. He's awesome. It's really impressive to me. It scares the hell out of me, but it's really impressive to watch him do what he does. But for the new people, I've got a video called, if you want to go see it. If you want to hear the long explanation that would be more satisfactory, it's a title of my video called How's Parker? How's the kids? Miriam, can you make a video on why did you went to jail? Why I went to jail? I've made several. Basically, I was in layman's terms, in a nutshell, for being a good dad. For what you saw in the Parker movie, that is why they threw me in jail for 60 days. I was technically convicted of not kicking Parker out of the truck. 6 different counts of it. And I was sentenced to 60 days on 6 counts of it. So technically I was sentenced to 360 days in jail for what you saw for they say for not kicking Parker out of the truck. My decree didn't say I had to kick him out. All my decree said was I had to deliver him to the address at that specific time, which I fulfilled. They threw me in jail because I was a loudmouth and obnoxious, is what I think. I think they're all crooked and paid off. And if I ever get the opportunity to sue Judge Whalen, who ripped Parker away from me in Parker versus the Man, and then turn around and sue Judge James T. Rex out of Andrews, Texas, who was filling in Ector County, I'm going to. To hell with the consequences. I don't care. I don't care who gets pissed off at it. I live in Florida anyway. What are they going to do to me? Dannon is selective mutism when someone doesn't talk for long periods of time. I assume you're asking that. Is it Renee? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. Chris P, I want to apologize for any bad behavior I may have exhibited. Oh, were you the one that was a little wasted the other day? I think. Okay, well, apology accepted. 60 days of BS. That's about what it boiled down to. I hated it. Renee, my son doesn't like conflict. He shuts down, no eye contact, stops talking, will not acknowledge anyone except myself. That is extremely sad. Yeah, that's just, that's got to be tough. I don't have any experience in there. I don't know. I don't know what to recommend there. Chris P, that Paxton dude was on the damn Jimmy Dore show. What? Please tell me you're joking. Jimmy Dore had Ken Paxton on. Okay, I'm going to go an hour and then I'm going to watch that. Because Jimmy Dore is I like Jimmy Dore, like a lot. Like he's a no nonsense guy. And he's lefty, but he's not a modern lefty. You know, the thing about, not to get on a complete tangent, but you know, he brought it up. Jimmy Dore and Bill Maher. I've had my I'm new to Jimmy Dore. I've only been aware of him a year or two, but I've been aware of Bill Maher forever. He's been around, I don't know, 20 or 30 years. And obviously back then when I was a Republican, I disagreed with a lot of what he says. But now that I've, woken up and no, I'm not a Democrat. Get your minds off that left-right paradigm. It's bullcrap. Bill Maher and Jimmy Dore haven't changed as far as I can see. They have been consistent. It's the ideology of the left that left them. The left changed and they stayed the same. I'm definitely going to have to go watch this Ken Paxton because I can't fathom, unless they only talked about one specific thing that Jimmy Dore and Paxton happened to agree upon. I'm not sure, but Jimmy's not stupid. Jimmy's a smart guy. He keeps up with that stuff, and he may not follow it as much as I do, but he knows he's going to know that Paxton is literally out on bail as we speak. He's been out on bail since 2015. He's won re-election once, and he's about to run for his hope in his mind, his second re-election, which obviously I hope he loses. That's going to be interesting. I might even like binge watch that and break that down. And that might be what I talk about tomorrow. Chris P, apology accepted for your drunkenness or whatever it was. I don't remember for sure, but thanks for the tip, dude. That's badass. They have a unit in Seattle Children's Hospital. They were locking kids down with behavioral issues. Oh, one of those. Like, okay, I see your connection there. Kind of like the Knicks. In Parker versus the Man, your family was in the fight with you, yet they resent you later for the same thing. Basically, yeah. Well, when the Parker movie went viral, I was more or less, getting praises and pats on the back. And then when the system came around and brought their big ass hammer down and put me in jail, it was a shock to the community because my parents and all these, they all know each other. And so I was the embarrassment. I was, no one had ever gone to jail. No one was as, open and, blunt about this. If you got screwed in the family court, okay, Leverett, you're supposed to just bend over and take it like everybody else takes it. Well, I don't like taking it up the ass. Sorry, not sorry. And so I basically embarrassed them so much that not one blood kin relative of mine, keep in mind that was 2013 when Parker was taken from me, not one single blood kin relative showed up in court for me the day I won custody of Blaine. Not one. Now, 27 other people showed up, and out of that 27 people, 23 of those were all mothers. And they're mostly people I went to school with. My old high school buddies. That's who showed up for me. Not one relative of mine. Well, besides the kids, obviously, but not parents, aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins. None of them showed up for me. I can only assume I embarrassed them that bad. But you know what happened that fateful day? I fucking won. Bitch. That's what happened. I won. I stuck my neck out. I got my dick knocked in the dirt, and everyone's scared, telling me I ought to just sign over the rights to my kids because this is insane and getting out of control. And you know what I fucking did? I motherfucking won. That's what I fucking did. And I suspect maybe that's why most of them don't want anything to do with me, because they know that I know that they probably know what I think about them. Just a bunch of fucking sellout cowards. To hell with blood. Only blood that I give a crap out of those three boys and that little girl of mine. That's it. When you try to get between me and my kids, you'll either kill me or I'll. But I'm not giving up on my kids. I'm not going to sign over my rights to my kids and just make them start a relationship with them later when they're all 18. Bullshit. Hell no. That's what the system wants, and I'm just fucking ornery enough not to give it to them. Good question. Pepe D's nuts. You people don't understand. He's not going to keep answering some questions about the kids. Watch the video. I think they're probably just new. I don't. Some of the ones that are asking, I'm just having to learn to be quick, get in, get out, not talk about it, give them the answer they want. Kid's great, and send them on to the video so they can watch it without being rude. Because to some people that video is like brand spanking new. Like I get it all the time. That's the first time they've never been 43 million views, up 9 years, and they've never seen it until today. And then so they come to here, which is fine. And I just can't keep answering the same question. But I'm not mad at them. They didn't know. But there's a whole channel, man, 9 years worth of videos. If you want to find out the deets on that, it's all there, man. We're on the cutting edge. We're got to talk about current events like deadbeat Ken Paxton being on the Jimmy Dore show. That is amazing. Tziah Stevens. Finally, someone said it. That was at 8:40. It is now 8:44. What was I talking about 4 minutes ago? That's the downside of this, the delay. Dadgummit, I did it again. I was going to invite. Here, I'll do it right now. And y'all want to come on and talk about pertinent issues. Copy. Paste. Boom. That works. I'll put a little star by it. You want to get on and chit chat for a little bit? Just click on that. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I'll put you on. We're in 44 right now. Yep. That's exactly what I did. I won. They thought I was going to lose, and they wanted to be on the right side of history, and they're not. I was. I won. Tough shit. Life's a bitch, isn't it? Atomic News Vegas. The fact that no relative showed up is really a really tough story. Sorry about that. At least you won. Yeah, it sucks. But that's just real life, y'all. That's real life. Just because they're your family doesn't mean they're not cowards. That could apply to just about anything. I like when I criticize police, modern policing. Well, my dad's a cop, so obviously not all cops are bad because my dad's a cop. Well, just because your dad's a cop doesn't mean he's not a rotten one. Just because he's your dad doesn't mean shit. Just because my family's blood doesn't mean they're cowards. Doesn't mean they give a crap about me, or certainly not enough to do anything about it. That's just life. That's what makes tough people. That's what like my granddad would used to say, it puts hair on your chest. What's up, Caleb? Mr. Edward, I'm doing well. How are you, my friend? I'm doing well. Miriam Macias, can you put me on? Yeah, link's right there if you want to get on. Well, there's Miriam right there. Yes, I'm adding Miriam right now. Hello, Miriam. Is your mic on? Miriam, can you hear me? Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you can hear me. What's up? How are you, Miriam?
Good.
Let me take that comment off so we can. There we go. What's on your mind, Miriam?
Let's see.
Beg your pardon? Hello? Miriam, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's on your mind? Hello? Speak up. What's on your mind? Surely, out of all this talk of it, you've got something to say, either fun or interesting or funny, or maybe you don't like me. I don't know. What's on your mind?
I'm funny. I like to make funny jokes.
You do?
Yeah.
You find me funny? No, I'm not funny. You're busting my balls. I'm a little bit. You just call in to bust my balls, then, huh? I'm waiting. Oh, well, she bounced. Look, that wasn't me. She bounced. All right. Anybody else want on? The little stars up there. It's starred if you want to come on. Great camera angle. Well, I did that. Why did I do? There was a reason I moved it. Oh, yeah, I was reading. I had to pull my screen up. I put it back. I just left it over there because it's. I guess it's fine. Doesn't bother me. Bear with her. Bear with her a second. Okay, I did. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think. She just wanted to call and giggle, I guess. I see why she had a delayed response. Hey, y'all be nice. Shitheads. Yes. I like my kids back in their younger ornery days. I'm shy to talk. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just some people just being buttheads. All right, now I've got Jason B. I'm going to add Jason B to the stream. Jason B, are you
Hello.
there?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Where are you calling from?
Just a little heads up. I'm kind of like you in the sense that you have a YouTube channel. I have one too, but I only have 109 subscribers. I think you have 300 or 400. I could be wrong.
Yeah, something like that. Where are you calling from?
Yep. Washington State.
Washington State. Okay, nice. So what's on your mind?
I was just gonna say something kind of funny. I put on the chat that for a joke, I would have bailed you out if the bail was $100, but something tells me it was more than that. But
yeah, it actually was. They called my type of bail a.
Oh yeah.
What did they call it?
Yep.
A surety bond, I think's what they called it.
Yeah, that stinks.
And it was $2,500, and they all lied to me. All those cops, they told me I'd get it back after I showed up and went to court. I never got a goddamn dime of it back.
Yeah, I know how you feel when you said you went to jail. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy about this because it's kind of personal, but I was in jail for 18 hours, but it was not anything that bad, and it wasn't really my fault, but it was a family thing going on. But yep,
Oh,
I was in
well,
jail 18 hours. That's all.
I was in
It was
the
not
hole
good. It was not fun.
for 18
I did
hours.
not like it.
It's not fun, is it? Especially
No.
if you didn't do anything to deserve to be there. Some of those guys I was in jail with, they're like
Yeah.
relatively okay with it. I'm like, how can you possibly be okay with being in this shithole? You know, like I kind of, I did this and that. I'm like, well, what'd you do? I said, I didn't do shit. I was in jail for being a good dad.
Right. Well, I guess I'll let you go there, Caleb. I was just coming on to say hello. Simple hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let you go. That's just way too loud. But thanks for calling in, man. Ouch. That made me jump. That big old horn, that train horn blowing in. Is jail really that bad? Yeah. Yeah, jail sucks. You're treated like an animal in there. If you die, you die. They don't care if you get sick. If you violently start vomiting, they may come in and cuff you and take you to a nurse or something eventually. But if you're sick just with fever, they don't care. Nobody cares. It's really cold and it's really boring. And they did this thing called cup, spoon, towel like 3 times a night. Just as you're finally dozing off from sleeping in a cell with 30 other farting men, they'd wake up, cup, spoon, towel, and you had to get up. Just drag ass, get your cup and your fucking plastic spoon and your towel. And you had to have all 3 of them. And you had to go stand in line at the wall. And they had to come take your name. And then they had to come check your towel and your cup and your spoon. And you had to sit there, and while all their little beady eye little dorks come by with their pencil and pad and make sure you're really who you are and say they are, take a roll call, then you could go back to sleep. And then they'd come in a couple, 3, 4 hours later and do it again. Come in, slam that fucking door is a real wide doors, like 40 something inches wide. And they just slam it had to weigh 500 pounds. It just wham, and there's no carpet and there's no sound attenuation. Cup, spoon, towel, they'd flick on the lights. Cup, spoon, towel. It's about 60 degrees. Cup, spoon, towel. It's always so cold in there, and it sucks. And I do resent that. I do. Maybe I'm not fully recovered after all. But I got a pretty positive outlook on life, I would say, compared to a lot of people. Action. It's Edward. What's it gonna be a take for you to hit 500,000? Oh, on my subscribers. I don't know. I think I'm at 499.5 right now. I've had days where I lose subscribers. I've had days I only get just a handful, and then one time, 2 years ago, right after I started going live, some TikToker, or maybe a couple of them, or a few of them, all posted the Parker movie all at once. And I got like 5,000 subscribers in just a few hours. It like went off the chart. It was crazy to watch. Why did you need those items? The cup was the only thing you had to get water out of. The spoon, the plastic spoon, is the only eating utensil you were given to eat your food. And the towel was your only towel for drying off. They don't do your laundry for you. True story. You got to scrub your own underwear. You got to let them hang out and dry on their own. It's just miserable. It's inhumane. Oh, there's a good one. Do you all have to share one toilet? Well, out of 32 or 36, however many, we had to share 3 toilets. 2 of them were for pissing. No, 1 was for pissing, 2 of them for shitting. And if you, the new guy, if you shit in the wrong one, Oh my God. It was the fucking end of the world. They told you right up front. Those two are for shit one, that one's for pissing. And I see why they did it, because everybody wants a clean shitter. And there was a couple dudes in there that had been there a long time. They took pride in scrubbing it and cleaning it because there's nothing else to do. And they don't get cleaning utensils. You had to use their own. I don't remember what they used, but they kept it immaculate, and there's no doors. Like they call it a fish bowl. It's like a 3-sided concrete block room with 20-foot ceilings and steel roof, concrete floor, and this big panel, like one window is where all the guards walk back and forth. And it's like we all felt like we were fish because they just walked by and just stared at us like we're in a zoo. Just walk by. You got to take a shit, drop them right there. Everyone's watching. There's no privacy whatsoever. It's just terrible. I just want to throw Judge Whalen and Judge Rex in there for 6 months and see how they fucking liked it. So you married a woman with sociopathy, is my understanding of it, and so did I. And it was hell, and I still is, even after being divorced for years. I can't talk about my marriage like that. I can only imagine if your ex is that sociopathy. Yeah, it would suck. Pepe D's nuts. Most jails have large holding areas with lots of beds, like a dorm. I was with 75 guys, most with major felonies. When I first went in, I was in the, just the main room. Everyone had brown shirts on, and there was that was everybody. And then I made trustee after about a week or two, and they put me in where I could, in the different cell. It was all nonviolent stuff, drug possession mostly. And then I got to make trustee. There's 2 different levels of trustee. I can't remember. One was basically we wore these little white and green striped suits. They called us peppermints, and only the peppermints. There's only like 8 or 10 of us. And the guard, I'll never forget his name. His name is Conrad. He's a really nice man. Really nice man. He was the one responsible for taking us to go. One day we went and picked up all the brass at the shooting range there at the jail. Another time we went over to the courthouse, and there's a jail on the top floor. It used to be the county jail, and now it's like a intermediate holding cell for convicted felons. Like if they're convicted of murder or something like that, and they're sent off to wherever they send them off, the gladiator farms, as they're called in Texas, where the convicts, the real convict, the murderers, the rapists, those people go. Anyway, that's where the jail upstairs, that's where they held them, and it was empty for a day, and they took all of us little dorky trustees, those little peppermints, up, and we drove across down to the courthouse, went upstairs, and painted a jail all day long. And then one time, the oil show came. The oil show only comes to Ector County, or to Texas, actually. Anyway, the oil show only comes Permian Basin International Oil Show. It only comes once every 2 years or 4 years. I think 2 years. Anyway, the oil show was there in town, and we were ordered by the sheriff to go pick up all the trash along the municipal airport. So when all these rich people came in to go flaunt their money, they wouldn't have to look at trash. So, I mean, it's nice to get out of the jail and, sniff grass, feel the grass and feel the sun on your face, but it's just so demeaning. They did it on purpose, just to make you feel, just to jack with you. And that rotten sheriff, he's not there anymore. What's that dickhead's name? Ector County Sheriff 2014 was Gary. No, not Gary. what was that son bitch's name? I ran into him later when I got out. He just got out of church, and I ran into him in Tractor Supply. And that coward chicken shit some bitch saw me, and he knew my family. They all went to fucking church together. They all went to First Baptist Church there in Odessa. They all did they're all in it together. And he saw me, and I was the only trustee who did not get a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 deal. For every 3 days served, you get an extra day marked off or something like that. Every single one of them else got out early, and I was forced to stay the full 60 days. And you know who has sole discretion over that? The sheriff. But you know who told the sheriff what to do? The judges. That's how that works. What is that asshole's name? He could have let me out. He had the power to let me out. But he sold his fucking soul and made sure I stayed in the full 60 days. They wanted to fully humiliate me and make sure I knew not to dare question their illustrious judgment ever again. Mark Donaldson. Sheriff Mark Donaldson, you fucking coward. You Christian First Baptist going motherfucking coward. You and Judge Den Whalen and Judge Rex can kiss my white ass right where it's hairy. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that. But god dang, I feel a little better. Whew. I think I need a drink of water. It's water. It's not booze. By the way, this isn't the first time I've ever talked shit about those judges and retired Sheriff Mark Donaldson. I've talked shit about him once. I just can't wait. I hope it gets back to him. I hate to say this, but I hope their kids see it. I hope their wives see it. I hope their family sees it. And I hope everybody at First Baptist Church there in Odessa, Texas, I hope a lot of them see it. And hope people start doing the famous gossip around those shitholes like they all do. And I hope people start feeling really, really uncomfortable about being talked about like that on the internet. I really hope it. I hope it makes you all squirm and squeal and feel just a little hypocritical about there to worship Jesus. And not one of you assholes stood up and said anything. You're all just, I mean, it's oddly enough, you're all just like Pilate, really. Pontius Pilate. He just kind of, I want to let you go, Jesus, but the people don't want you to go. They want you to hang. They want you to get crucified. Bunch of fucking cowards, all of them. That's why I don't have anything to do with any of them. I don't give a shit about anybody in Odessa. Well, I mean, I've got a few friends there. Judge Billingsley, she's the only official there that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm so happy is there, because if it wasn't for her, I mean, Odessa was, in my opinion, so far gone. If it has any kind of hope, it's that the lone family court judge there, Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley, bless her heart, will be the one to put some kind of sanity back into that shithole. He probably could if the statute of limitations hadn't expired. Oh, yeah. Could I sue them? Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. They always get away with it. If you're Johnny Depp and you got that kind of resources, yeah, you can get away with it and do it. I've been broke. They kept me broke. They know if they keep me broke, they'll more than likely avoid anything like that. But one thing they haven't done, they hadn't managed to shut me up. I don't know. I would definitely be finding a way to get back at that judge and anyone who rolls with him. You gotta be careful how you talk there, because things get, turned around and I'm not calling for anything bad like that, like at all. But I do exercise my free speech. I can call them an asshole. All of them assholes. I can say what they did to me because it's provable. They all do. They all somehow went to church. That's something I can prove. And maybe I can't prove they're cowards, but if they want to sue me and give me a jury, then oh my God, yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to go in front of a jury, or I'd sue them back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no threats, none. You just don't even remotely ever go there, like ever. Panna, how are you able to walk 25,000 laps in jail? Wow, you've seen a lot of my videos. Wow. There's nothing else to do. I mean, you don't have to sleep when the lights go out. You can sleep or not sleep. They don't care. You can't be loud. There's absolutely nothing else to do. And I have a hard enough time sleeping anyways. And if I haven't burned any energy, I really have a hard time. And the only way you can burn energy there is do push-ups. And for some reason they would yell at us for doing push-ups, but they never yelled at us for walking in circles. And so it wasn't a very big cell. I mean, the whole room wasn't, I don't know, 1,500 square feet, maybe. So you just walk in circles, just walk in circles, and just anything to pass the time. Zen IP, on a serious note, why is your nose so thick? I have no idea. Some people think it was broken, but it wasn't. Never been broken. It's just big and crooked. Kind of like the lawyers and judges in Texas. Oh, some nap. That's not actually the one I was going for. I got a little drum. Which one's a drum? Oh, that one. That's what I meant to hit. Ding. Yeah, but sorry for the train. I was going to mute it. No biggie. Don't worry about it. Push-ups are legal, don't you know? Yeah, I guess. Silly me. I mean, we all did them. They didn't watch you like stare at the fishbowl the whole time. They just pace around and, or whatever, something like that. But, we just, for whatever reason, they didn't want us doing push-ups. They didn't care if we did laps. But they always yell us. We all did them, just when they weren't looking. Good night, everyone. Y'all hold it down. Stay classy. All right. Good night, Chris. Hey, thanks for the tip on Deadbeat Paxton being on Jimmy Dore. I'm going to go check it out in a bit. Rebel Nazarene, you look like you wrestled in high school. Actively? No, I didn't. I'm just finally getting in shape. I'm finally not 33 pounds overweight. Can I go live with you? Well, I would, but I'm about to get off. I secretly want to go look at Deadbeat Ken Paxton on Jimmy Dore, and it's been a minute or an hour and 9 minutes. I'm about to get off anyways. For whatever reason, my voice here lately, maybe I'm just talking too much. M-O. Dude, that's the most dad thing ever. How you're waving the floss around. Yep. Well, it's what I did. I was flossing. And was it picking lint off my whatever? This may seem like a weird question, but did you make any friends in jail? Actually, I did. Yep. I made a friend named Jarvis Walker. And Jarvis, I haven't heard from him since. I don't know what happened to him, but he was in there for some he'd been in and out of prison his whole life. And he was like a class clown, but I've never seen someone so ripped in my life in jail. I mean, this dude was fucking ripped, and everybody was scared of him except me. But I didn't have any reason to. He liked me. He found out I was in jail for being a good dad. He's one of the very first people that actually really talked to me. And we hit it off real well. In fact, when I got out of jail, the night they let you out at midnight, I had collected the maximum amount of commissary allowed that they would let you hold. And I kept buying it up to the very last day. And they're like, dude, you're clever. Why are you buying all this shit? You're about to get out. So, well, I'm going to give it away because y'all have been pretty cool. And they all listened to me, and they all found out why I was in jail for being a good dad, because the jailers went home and watched my videos and came back and told them all, yeah, no shit, Leverett does not deserve to be here. It's really bullshit. And so they found out I was in jail for being a good dad, and everybody in jail wants a good dad. So they all liked me. And so I hosted a rummy tournament, and I gave away all of my my winning, or all of my commissary. And Jarvis, he found this. He was pretended he was like an interviewer, like you'd see on a comedy show, like someone interviewing somebody. I've got my gavel here, but he found a toilet. He got a toilet paper roll, and he was walking around and he's looking at all the cards and, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, Leverett's doing this. Tell me, sir, what do you think about old Leverett doing this? He hold his deal up there, and the guard, everybody's gathered around. Even all the guards are gathered. Like, what the fuck? They saw us all laughing in there. I had the whole jail. Everyone's having a great time having this tournament, competing for the commissary. And Jarvis kept going around. Well, a couple of the guards came in, and they're just watching because they're like, we've never seen people laugh and have a good time in jail, and this fucking Leverett guy is making everyone smile. And so one of the guards, he's actually a pretty cool guy. I can't remember his name, but everyone just generally, he had to be a dick when he was a dick when he had to be a dick, but generally speaking, he's pretty straight up with you. But him and Jarvis apparently friends, and you could tell they're real like friends. Like he could pat him on the back or something. You don't ever touch the guards, but they pat each other on the back. Because anyway, he'd go up to him and said, so and so, have you seen what old Leverett's doing? And he'd get real animated like a talk show host. And I was just busting out laughing my ass off. He was so funny. He's one of the funniest men I've ever met in my life. Jarvis, if you're out there, brother, I'd love to catch up sometime. So yeah, there's that. Did I make any friends? Yeah, I did. I made a few others. There were a few acquaintances. I didn't have any real enemies in there. There's some of the chomos. I can't say the word, but just look up chomos. They're gross, but nobody liked them, and they weren't in the same cell as us anyways, because they wouldn't have lasted long. They had to keep them away, because even people in jail don't put up with that shit. Pepe D's nuts. What the hell are you talking about, Jason? She can do whatever she wants. Okay, y'all are talking to dude. She was live acting weird. I'm not sure who y'all talking about. Anyways, live. She was just nervous. No biggie. Hang on, we got Doozer Chris 619. We need dads like you in office. We need Governor Leverett in office. Man, I'm going to hold and pose for the camera on the. I got to get this is going to be I'll put this on my. I can go screenshot that later. Yeah, that was suggested to me in 2017 when I was raising mortal hell online about getting blamed. So much so that people have made up a few shirts. I've still got, no, I don't think I have it. If I do, it's in one of these boxes. I had it for the longest. It's a green shirt, and it said Caleb Leverett for governor or something like that. I've got it on my, it might be on my Instagram, but I know it's on my Facebook somewhere. I don't think I could win. The powers that be would not let me win, because I would be a nightmare. The way they call it, some of these women call me a nightmare ex. I'd be a nightmare governor. Oh God. I mean, they'd be like, oh, this is going to be like Trump with his Twitter. He's just going to be terrible. So yeah, it's probably true. I'd be awful. I'd be great. It'd be fun. I'd be like vetoing all kinds of stuff. I'd be taking advantage of the cameras, all the state cameras in my face, and calling out all the crooks that I know are crooks. And it would be fun. It'd be almost like First Baptist Church Odessa if all of them were to see this. And the way I was talking shit about Mark Donaldson, yeah, it'd be really, really uncomfortable. And I would just sit there and just marvel at the squirming that they all did, because they are the ones, isn't that weird? They are the ones that have something to hide. They're the ones that are squirming. I'm the one that went to jail. I'm the one that's open about having been a drunk. I'm probably the most, out of all of them, the most honest of them all. And people thought that I should be the one to be embarrassed. I'm the one that shamed the family. Pfft. Fucking cowards. All of them. Blasphemous. Blaspheme you, Pepe D's nuts. Just kidding. Hey, Caleb, send me that contact info. Okay. I'm going to sign off for the night. Take care. Will do, sir. Will do. Hang on. I just screenshotted that. All righty. Well, tag me on Twitter or something, Jewel, and I'll follow you. Caleb for governor, and then tag me it or whatever. Hell yeah. Caleb, where's my Permian football shirt? I've still got mine. One I bought to dress up for Halloween last year. I hadn't dressed up Halloween forever. And I bought a Permian football. I even wrote my name on there. Simp enforcer. Okay, I already got that. Go on, Caleb. Run for mayor. What are you waiting for? Well, I'm new here to Okeechobee. No one knows me. They wouldn't want me as their mayor. I'm too new. We shall see. All right, kiddies. It's hour and 17 in, and I am signing off. I'm going to go live again tomorrow, and in preparation for the big debate on my live right here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with someone who I know for sure, I've seen him, is a humongous critic of mine. And I will hope to see y'all tomorrow, but I really hope to see y'all Saturday. Y'all have a good evening. Don't hit your cheerings. Bye.